Hello. You know, it probably is a bit too early to review the update now, but like, I feel like if I stall for too long, I'm gonna just like lose motivation to actually begin actually doing the update review one day. So it's probably better to be a bit earlier than never. Oh, hi, Hefe. Have you done 14.0? No. I skipped, what was the last update before 14? Was it 13.8? Or 7 or something? I forgot. What was the last update before 14? I forgot. Because I remember the last update that I reviewed was 13.6, and then after that, I haven't reviewed any others. 13.7? Okay, yeah. So I skipped, yeah, I skipped 14. I just didn't really feel like it, to be honest. I don't really have any other reason than that. That's basically it. Wait, hold on. Something's weird with my program. What the hell is going on here? Oh, okay, never mind. It fixed itself. What was my last review? My last review is 13.6, I think, right? Yeah, my last review was 13.6, so I skipped 13.7 and 14. Can you say a brief thoughts about 14? Okay, you know what? Hey, let me jump in first. Oh, hi. So Inquiry Clippy. I'm putting Inquiry Clippy in my head. Guess this might be the last time I'm gonna use him. Well, not really. There's probably, you know, some EN streams or videos that I might use Inquiry Clippy on before 14.1 hits, but for now, this could be the last time I will put Inquiry Clippy on stream, so I'm going to proudly wear him on my head. Clippy dies. Don't kill him. Well, I'll think about it. 14.0, I honestly don't remember exactly everything. Let me just look it up. 14.0 update. I'm just gonna make sure that we basically have everything like okay to show. Yeah, I think all of these are already out in JP, so it should be okay to show. Alright. So 14.0, most of the 14.0 update, aside from the dojo, is the anniversary stuff, right? Like all of these like Oda and like weird Japanese stuff, which I'm pretty sure are already out in JP, so it should be fine. Don't really have any interest on these guys. It's alright. Talented Cataline and Shigong are kind of questionable. Curse immunity is fine. Knockback resist is okay, I guess, but it's really not that worth. Warp blocker is fine. I think this is probably the most sensible talent to get because of Sappy. But even then, that's like a very limited like usage, right? Papaluga talent, haha. Come on, man. What else? Behemoth Slayer and the Sage Slayer is honestly not bad for this guy because Sodom does have like a big amount of stats. But it's also just alright. Definitely usable enough. Also, New Kaihime is cute. Tenku's true form is also really just whatever. I'm kind of surprised they didn't buff their damage at all, but hey, I don't know. Seems very just whatever. Ultra Form Tiger Claw, I don't really care too much. It's good, but like I don't really care too much about. New Kaihime almost has no clothes. That's no nice. It is very weird that the one like Christmas gals for some reason loses clothes. Like you should be wearing more. Oh yeah. So no wait, okay, let me finish 14.0 first. Of course, the biggest stuff on 14.0 is Catclaw Championship, and like I absolutely love this. I honestly kind of hope that they would add more contents of Catclaw Championship, but like I think all of these stuff are like already set in stone. I'd imagine they probably wouldn't add any more stuff in between, and if anything would probably just maybe add more stuff later for like rank 13 or rank higher. But I'd imagine that would take a while. Like I'd imagine they wouldn't update this often. But I also kind of low-key hope they could have added something more in betweens, but it's all that's fine, because like Catclaw Championship in general is just really, really good. I really, really like Catclaw Championship stuff. It's super nice. I really like the idea of this being just like the new tutorial, and I love that it's zero energy. I love that there's like actual stages later on and it's not just all tutorial. I generally really, really like this. The only thing left is to just straight out replace EOC with these, to be honest. Like, just remove EOC 1 and 2, merge it into just 3, or rather, no, just remove EOC 1 and 3, but then make the enemies scale up for a little more, and then have Bun Bun as the final boss, and then maybe just like put in the face or Nyandam in somewhere in between or something like that, and then focus the rest on Catclaw Championship. That would have been better probably. Also, you know, like remove treasures. Removing EOC 1 and 3 is diabolical. The thing about EOC 1 and 3 is like, those are like the only place where your cat cost is suddenly different. Well, aside from like Colosseum. But like, that's the only place where it's suddenly weird. So it's really out of place. Plus, you know, like, EOC 2 is like just in between, so good enough. Yanam is in ITF India and DC Unite. Yeah, something like that. Other than that, is there anything else? What else is here? Oh, right, and also I guess Catclaw Championship have a lot of rewards or something, I don't know. Honestly, when I was blitzing through Catclaw Championship, I didn't even look at the rewards. Like, I completely forgot that these actually, like, drops a lot of stuff. I think I only realized when it dropped, like, what, like 2 platinum tickets or something, and I was like, wait, that's kind of crazy, actually. I totally forgot that these actually drops crazy amount of stuff, and not just, like, fun stages. It's actually pretty fun. I haven't beaten all of them, by the way. They're still... I think I was only at like rank 10 or something. I haven't done the rest. Oh, right, and also new music is also really good. Wait, what? Change Master of like Dr. Nobu minimum spawn layer from 5 to 0, so they'll be layered behind most other characters. Ah, okay. That's pretty cool. Oh, this is the cat unit, not even the enemy. Okay, interesting. Add a button to show recommendations for units to in the upgrade menu for players below 16,000 user rank. That is really funny. I actually wonder if there's like a list of what they would like recommend. Is there anything in like the wiki? No, I guess not. Yeah, I guess that's about it for 14.0, right? What is 13.7? 13.7 update. Merc. Oh yeah, the plant guy. Nova, Sodom, Fat Rice Ball. Well, Rice Ball is already fat, but Mummy Rice Ball. Nono True Form. Nono True Form is super cute. Alright, Delivery's True Form. Delivery's True Form is a really big one. And also 80 True Form, I guess. But Delivery's True Form, I've seen a lot of people like comparing with Royal Guard, which is interesting. I kind of disagree. I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but I think it's like a completely different reasoning of why they're good, but I can see why that is. Um, 80 True Form and then Nova and some other stuff that I'm personally not too crazy about. Oh, and also fucking Old Stretch, which is also honestly a really funny enemy. Because it's like so simple but so scary. Angel Heavy Assault CAT? I would... sort of, but I think I would closely more put it... I think it's more closer to Swimmer, if anything. Because he is single target, right? He's single target, he has like similar range, similar like attack startup. Basically just like quickly get in, do a hit, and then get knocked back and do a hit again and stuff like that. I think it's closer to like Fishman, if anything. Maybe it is also kind of like CAT, but I think it's more like a spammable Fishman. And then... I think that's about it. That's all I missed that is really that important. I am Uncanny Legend 4-star. Oh yeah, and I guess, you know, Dr. Nova, but... personally can't say much because I haven't actually played Dr. Nova. The stage seems interesting enough. It seems to be like just easy enough, but not super mega crazy brain dead. It's alright. It is slightly disappointing, but at least it's not... At least it's not Mechabun. At least it's not Filibuster. There's at least some sort of thought that you need to put into if you want to play the stage. It is a very simple stage, but at least you do have to like time stuff, and you kind of do have to get lucky, because I have seen a lot of people's runs like getting destroyed just from like JJ Jackrabbit like completely fucking you up, or like Courier just so happens to miss every enemy randomly. And then I guess that's about it. Okay, so one more thing before we go on to 14.1. Personally, not really sure about bringing this up, but I might as well. A couple, not a couple of days ago, it's probably yesterday. Yesterday, some of you may know the... Well, okay, so the site I'm using currently is Mirahaze. Usually I would use Fandom to check these like updates, but currently I'm using Mirahaze. Generally, most of the Fandom mods and stuff like that have mainly moved to Mirahaze, and the old Fandom is essentially on life support, as in like it's still alive, you can view it, but pretty much no one's really updating it. They are maintaining it to not be like completely full of misinformation and stuff, but they're not really making new pages and stuff like that. I'm not even sure if 14.1 update is on Fandom. I don't think anybody has made a page about that. Let me just be sure. Like, no, it is still on Fandom, but from what I know, like the mods doesn't really fully care too much about that. So about yesterday, Fandom got raided by a lot of unfunny people who really thinks that sex jokes are funny or something, I guess. I don't know. Well, no, I mean, I understand that too, because I would probably understand and do that when I was younger, but I'm too old for this shit. So Fandom got raided, essentially, by a couple of people. I don't think this is like a organized thing, if that makes sense. It's kind of just people seeing other people doing it and being like, haha, that looks funny, I want to do it too. I also want to be funny. I want the people to laugh at my jokes. And so people would go to Fandom and start editing a bunch of stuff. So if I go to just Battlecat's Fandom and then go to like, hopefully there's nothing weird about this, I guess. Where's the recent changes? Where do you check recent changes? Latest blog post. No, there's like recent history. Here it is. Recent changes. There's yeah, I don't know which one of these are like necessarily raids and stuff like that, but there are a couple of pages that got like changed into being like, haha, misinformation, I'm going to put like funny stupid images, or like change cat description to be funny jokes or whatever. No, actually, I got a couple of images. Hold on, let me find it. No, you know what? I'm not even gonna show it. I don't want to give attention to like these like quote unquote funny jokes. Essentially, I did a little bit of talking about this on Twitter. I made a post on Twitter saying like, hey, maybe don't rate fandom. From what I understand, after talking to some people and whatnot, the fandom rate in general was like, yeah, it was basically completely unorganized. It's kind of just like people wanting to be funny for the most part, but the way that some people would justify it is that, hey, Mira Haze is the thing that like people want to go for. Fandom is a bad host because of ads and stuff, I guess. So if we are going to vandalize fandom, then people are more likely to move to Mira Haze, and therefore we are doing a good thing by vandalizing fandom so that people move to Mira Haze. Like, be for fucking real, man. Be so for real, man. Like, come on. We all know that's not what you're doing here. We all know that's not what you. We all know that's not what you're like. We all know that's not your grand scheme. The thing is, like, it is true that like if fandom is mainly going to be moved away, then yeah, it's probably technically fine to kind of just like abandon fandom to move to Mirror Haze. But also, might as well just close the fandom, you know? I have actually talked to a fandom mod about this. I didn't like make a big group and then ask everyone about this. I asked a fandom mod about this. And we did a little bit of back and forth. I asked them like, was there any plans to even close fandom at the first place or anything at all? And like, what's stopping you from doing this and that and whatever. So from what I understand is that fandom is, well, like from what I understand, there wasn't really any proper plan on what to do with fandom, and they were kind of just hoping that fandom would eventually fizzle out. But currently, not a lot of mods are looking at fandom. Most people are still most of the mods are just looking at Mirror Haze, and the fandom mods or the X mods of fandom are kind of just like maybe once in a while checking, but for the most part, most of the mods aren't really interested in keeping fandom alive. I would I mentioned about like the deletion process and stuff like that, but like from what I understand, wiki mods doesn't have the power to close the whole fandom. So Battlecat's wiki mods doesn't have the ability to just close out the whole fandom. They have to essentially create a form to let me just show it. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, so we don't usually close or delete wikis once they have been created. That's because wikis are owned by community builds, blah 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 blah. You can just submit a closure request So you need to submit a request on like, hey, we want to close this. Why, you know, like, why do you want to do this, and yada yada yada. The problem is, from what I understand, the fandom stuff doesn't really want to close a wiki if there's no quote-unquote good reason for it. Stuff like maybe if it's like, I don't know, like there's a well, actually I'm not really sure. I did saw this, hold on. So from what I understand is that like, if you're just like abandoning fandom and stuff like that, I don't think it's really a valid reason for them, because the way they see it, someone could just revive it. Someone could just be a mod and start like filling the fandom pages up again. So it could be a difficult case, and I think the current Battlecats fandom mods know that. So I think they were just kind of like, we're probably not going to be able to close it, because technically our only reasoning to have the fandom to be closed is basically just like, hey, the mods are essentially abandoning it. But like it said here, they're kind of just like, no, someone might revive it, so we might not close it. So it could be a difficult case to want to shut down Battlecats fandom. Now, the reason on why I personally would want to just shut down Battlecats fandom is because fandom in like the past nearly a decade has been essentially the main center of information for essentially almost every casual Battlecats players. Yes, for some people who are really into the game, they're probably already looking into Mirror Haze. They probably already know about the Mirror Haze transfer, or they maybe are looking at like Discord bots, or maybe they're using BCU, or maybe they're using MyGamatodo or something, I don't know. But fandom is essentially like the information center for essentially most of casual players for like the past decades or so. And fandom, even right until now, if you just search like Battlecats, I don't know, Cossack Cat or something, like it's still like the top result. Maybe this is because of like my like previous history of clicking fandom or whatever, but like I think most of the time if you're Google searching something, fandom usually is still going to be the top Google search result. And while if you want to make the argument of like, hey, if we vandalize fandom, people are going to stop and push Mirror Haze up, I mean, it's a long history, dude. Like fandom is still probably going to be the top Google search for a very, very long time. And like people are just going to be fed misinformations and shit. And not only that, there's still like it's not like fandom is like 100% abandoned. There are still mods overseeing fandom that still has to clean up over your mess. Like there are still going to be people who are going to clean up your mess. The way I kind of like visualize it is kind of like this. Let me just open Photoshop real quick, actually. So okay, so we have library A, and like sure, whatever, this library B. Putting it in terms is kind of like this. Library A, oops, that's really big for some reason. Library A is old. Library B is new. They want to move the books from Library A to Library B. And they have basically have done that. Like most of the books from Library A has moved on to Library B. But Library A has been around for like centuries or something, and people have very often just go to library A for essentially anything. People know library A as like the library. This is a new library that not a lot of people know, but a lot of people that are in the know-how of what is happening with library A knows that they're moving stuff to library B. So while that library A is not really a good building, for example, maybe the building is starting to get old and stuff like that. While the building is starting to get old, and while B is technically the better building, people, for some reason, decided to just rip apart pages of books in library A. Because they thought like, hey, if we rip pages in library A, people are going to move to library B. Like, no, just leave it. It's fine. Just let people who are still going to library A to still read informations. It's fine. There's absolutely no need or no reason to just vandalize library A. You're just doing it because you want to. There's clearly like, if you want to advertise library B, do it properly, not by doing this. Not this. This isn't what we're supposed to be doing. But yeah, that's basically my thought. I do hope that eventually either Fandom gets like closed down or something. I don't know. Or maybe hopefully eventually Mirror Haze would actually be pushed up farther. Unfortunately, when it comes to Fandom being closed, there are like actual like, you know, history of post and what, you know, maybe people are making memories in Fandom and it would suck to see it gone. I completely understand that. I saw some people also mentioning it earlier in the live chat that like, yeah, Fandom does kind of like a proper history on the discussions and whatnot, and it would also suck to see it go. But if you want to push library B to be the top library that people want to go to, this is the best way. The best way is to just straight up close library A. But the way to do it is not to rip the books off. The way to do it is to like just close it properly. It's like Library of Alexandria, but instead of being burned, it got vandalized. See, here's the thing, right? If library, this isn't like Library of Alexandria where it gets burned, because if you burn this to the ground, at the very least, Library A doesn't exist and people have to go to Library B. But the problem is, Library A still exists. And people will still go to Library A. People who aren't really keen on like library news would probably still have like word of mouth would be like, hey, Library A is like the library that people usually go to. Might as well go to Library A because that's the library that we all know and love for like the whole decade. But with like burning of Library of Alexandria, it's like this is completely gone, but that at least would push people to Library B. But this is just feeding like misinformation and like bad information, you know. But yeah, that's my take on it. I like I said, I did talk to the fandom mods. Fandom mod, sorry, not mods. I only talked to like one fandom mod. I told them to maybe relay my thoughts to it. I did told them that like, hey, if you guys didn't have a plan to close Fandom, I would highly actually suggest to start thinking about it soon. I would actually highly suggest to just think about what to do with Fandom, because currently Fandom is kind of just like a weird place right now where it's sort of filled with misinformation and also filled with people who really think they're funny even though they're not for some reason. I'm not gonna lie though, there are a couple of edits that I would find funny, but also most of them are really not funny. And also, whether it's funny or not doesn't really justify the memes. Like, there's plenty of ways to make funny screenshots without actually vandalizing. You can, like, undo your edits. You can just inspect element. Like what I did to, like, every time I do an update review. You can just inspect element, like this. You can just change the text without actually editing the wiki, like what I did. Yeah, like the Red Baron pizza. Like, that's a pretty funny edit. But like most of the edits that I've seen are kind of like unfunny memes and like, haha, 10 billion% doges and like a unit that you can unlock by beating 10 billion funny red Super Surge H now with like gazillion OC bun buns or whatever. It's like, come on, man. You're not as funny as you think. But yeah, anyways, that's my thoughts on the fandom situation in general. I hope that eventually this would get resolved one way or another, whether it be just Mira Hayes eventually getting pushed without fandom having to be destroyed, or fandom getting, you know, shut down. I can really tell some of you this is first Lucas stream because this is how a live stream goes. You rank first and go and update news. Most of the time, I don't even talk about Battle Cats for like the first 40 minutes. So at the very least, I am actually like talking about something relevant for a while, you know. Let me get a drink. But yeah, something like this, I probably would have actually not be as invested into, and I probably would be, and maybe I would even like more leaning towards, yeah, just vandalize stuff if I'm like, I don't know, like a decade younger. If I'm like 15 or something, maybe I would also have been like, yeah, I'm vandalizing to help push Mira Hayes up. So it's not like I don't understand why people would do that. I completely understand why some people are compelled to do something like that, but I'm too invested in Battle Cats now and I'm too old for this shit, so... Can we not talk about Anton Blast Ring-a-Ding Cracked? I have not actually... I do not want to try Ring-a-Ding Cracked. Oh, but then again, Ring-a-Ding was nerfed in the PC version. If you want to do Ring-a-Ding Cracked on Switch, good luck with that, because that's not patched yet. But Ring-a-Ding on PC was actually patched to have that like one attack that would like basically guarantee you to get hit to not actually be there. No more super avoidable damage, hell yeah. It's cracked, my phone when I drop it. But yeah, that's about it. So 14.1. Am I right? How long have I been talking? 36 minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right. Usually I would go on for like 40 minutes, but that's fine too. There's actually not much that I can show right now. There is a lot of stuff that I unfortunately cannot show. Like, hey, new cats. No, there's no new cats. Don't worry about it. I mean, you know, it's just some empty cat guides. I can't really say anything about it. We don't know what it is. Legally, I can't say anything about this. You know, funny thing about this, I'm pretty sure I just saw a video that just straight up have like straight out spoilers in the thumbnail and all that shit, and I was like, this is not gonna last a week. We'll see if that video is going to be taken down. I just saw a video on my recommended being like 14.1 update, and it is just like spoilers everywhere. Stuff that was like completely unreleased, and I'm like, I don't know about that one. I would not take the chance to do that. I had 2 strikes before. I don't want to relieve that again. But anyways, that aside, okay, let me just close 13.7. We don't need to see that anymore. So technically, no new cats that we know yet. Although I will give you completely out of context. I just want to show this completely out of context, this funny image that I have of, I believe, I think it's like a Clash of Clan unit or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I Google searched bowler, and this is the first unit that comes out. So there's that. I just thought it's a funny image, completely no correlation. And another image that I also want to show is this. It's a VTuber, Himemori Luna. It's also completely unrelated. I just want to show how cute she is. That's it. She's the moon princess. She's cute. That's it. I just want to show you. I just want to show you guys this. The cute little moon princess. That's it. completely, you know, for absolutely no reason. That I just want to show how cute she is. That's it. But anyways, does she target the red and alien? No, I just want to show how cute she is. That's it. But and then yeah, okay, let's just talk about the stuff that I can talk about. Frankly, there's not that much that I can talk about right now, so this might actually be a pretty short one. I mean, I always say that, like, oh, this stream's gonna be short, but I think this one's actually going to be short because there's really not that much to talk about without actually going into spoiler territory, unfortunately. True form of Dahlia-san. This is a kind of an interesting one because the damage is not increased at all, but the Savage Blow is increased, which I guess is about like 20% damage increase overall, I think, right? Because like Savage Blow is times 3, so an added of 10% would be... Wait, would it be 30% or would it be 20%? I guess it would be 20%, right? Because it's plus 200. So it's about like 20%-ish DPS increase overall, I think. Where previously it would be like hold on, I need to open up calculator. Previously it would be like what, 4,424 times, what was it, like 1.2 1.4? No, I guess it is 1.6, huh? I guess it's 1.6? Which I think this is usually what this is what Dahlia-san's like general DPS is, I think. And then it goes to from 20% to 30%. So instead of 1.6, I guess it's 1.9, which is 8,400, which is pretty insane actually. So what, 14% DPS increase? That's pretty good. I guess it's not super crazy, but it's pretty good. I'm actually not entirely sure if this calculation is correct. I feel like this calculation is wrong. Is this calculation correct? I don't think it is. No, wait. This would be 1. I'm having a brain fart moment. No, I guess it is correct, isn't it? Because times 3... You go from 1.4 to 1.6. Is that it? 1.4... 1.4... No, yeah, you're right, actually, 1.4. This is the original one. So original is 6,200. And new one is 7,000. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that's correct. I was thinking of, like, adding more to crit, but no. Yeah, I think it's correct, 1.4 to 1.6. So 7,000 is the base DPS at level 30, which is really high for an LD unit. Especially for someone with an attack range of 510. He does have really big blind spot still, so I wouldn't say it's fair. I think his DPS is still like really high, but it is chance based. So if you're unlucky, you could just like not have the right amount of DPS that you want, but that is still really good. Hi Lida, use calculator for battle cats. This is normal. I do this all the time. This is just how nerdy I am at battle cats, man. Kind of like Desmos. I've never used Desmos before. Maybe I don't think I want to use Desmos for battle cats. I feel like that's mega nerdy. But yeah, so his like quote-unquote balancing factor is the big blind spot, but even then, like 7k DPS for 510 range is really big. Another thing, he still has what was his other change? I suddenly forgot. Alright, increase in speed, which I think is also something that a lot of people don't like about Dahlia-san, because Dahlia-san is pretty slow. Usually it doesn't matter too much because he is a backliner, and I don't think having a high speed is necessarily that important. But going from 5 to 8 is fair enough. That's a pretty noticeable change, and having Dahlia-san to arrive to the battlefield faster is good. This is wild. This is normal, Lida. You'll get used to it. These calculations aren't exactly accurate anyway in practice because you just get lucky and unlucky. Yeah. That's why it's just average, right? Like on average, it would be 7,000, but like this would fluctuate a lot. Especially that like Dahlia-san's attack rate isn't really that fast. It's like 8 seconds long. It's not that fast. He does attack like pretty rarely. But like if you're lucky, this guy can absolutely destroy a lot of stuff. Definitely can see it being used more to like grind Talent Orb. I don't know why Talent Orb specifically, but yeah, in general, I think this would just make him good. I like this true form. I think the speed increase is going to make a lot of people happy, I'd imagine. Woman fear me, fish want me. Oh, I should have used that actually. That would have been really funny. No, I probably can still do that. Hold on. Fish fear me at... whoops, not shopping. I want one that is like really long. Would fear me, fish fear me, men turn their eyes away from me as I walk, no beast there. Make a sound in my presence, I am alone in this barren earth. This is pretty good. Wait, can I just... let me just close this real quick. Just to make sure that I don't accidentally show anything bad. Wait, where is my folder for this? I need to be organized. Do you guys actually have my organized folder in my everything? This would go to... Where is the folder that I want to go? Where is it? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it wherever. I do not care. It is fine. Let me pop this back in. Let me pop myself out for a little bit so I can also check out my props. There we go. Wait, where's the thing that I want to... Oh, here it is. Okay. There we go. And we'll add this. Whoops. Hi. This is just JPEG, but like whatever. Yeah, there we go. That's good enough. Good enough. That's good. That's good. All right. Now back to 14.1. So yeah, Dahlia-san, true form, pretty good. Wait, what does this cost? What does this cost? Where's this true form cost? Wait, where is this true form cost? Is it not in the page yet or something? Oh, is it not in the page yet? Huh. Let me see if I can find that. Ah, here it is. Okay, I have a tweet for it. Let me just replace this one. Okay. 3 green, 3 yellow, 4 epics. That is pretty cheap, actually. I mean, do people even have shortage of epic fruits anymore? I feel like epic fruits are like really easy to get nowadays, so 3 green, 3 fruit, 4 epics. That's actually like relatively cheap, right? Makes sense since floating an angel. Yeah, but like even then, usually a lot of people, a lot of true forms would still require like other fruits to be mixed in between. This is actually not bad. This is actually pretty good. I'm drowning in epic fruits. Yeah, I think people are generally not really having any shortage of epic fruits, right? I have like 50 plus epics. I also have like so much epic fruits. It's pretty good. Outclasses Aphrodite and true form sooner. I don't know about Aphro, because Aphrodite's biggest aspect is her actually really good standing range, right? Like, even with Dahlia-san having better stats, having a good standing range can still be vital to just outrange certain enemies. But it is true that, like, yeah, Dahlia-san's like really big damage. Like, he basically does have like nearly double the effective DPS of Aphrodite. So, not even nearly, I'm pretty sure it's just straight up double. Because like Aphro basically have like around like 3000 DPS or something. So it's basically double of Aphrodite, which is really, really good. Yeah, I think that's about it. So that's Dahlia-san. So now Bora gets an ultra form. It's alright. I mean, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's pretty good. But it feels like a change from a normal form to an ultra, from a normal form to a true form, rather than being ultra form worthy, if that makes sense. But it's good. It's good. But it feels pretty minor. But it's good. It's good. The health increase is nice. The other increases are like, it's okay. The damage increase is only by like 8%. The backswing for some reason increases a little bit, which is fine, I guess. You don't really need that much like fast backswing. Range increase is probably one of the biggest one, but also at the same time, Bora is already a half tank that he didn't really need this at the first place. If anything, I'm kind of mixed with this because I feel like Bora's the type of unit that you want to get in to be able to pseudo-protect your other units. Having a range increase almost defeats the purpose of him having resist at the first place. But it's alright. Like, having increased range is nice. It's also a pretty major range increase too. Like, 40 range increase is pretty big. But like, he can already tank most aliens anyways, that I don't think he really needed this, but it's fine. It's good. The weaken is also really good. The weaken chance is 100%. He does now have weaken, which is 100% chance for 4 seconds, which is pretty good. This paired with his health makes it so that he's almost like more like really, really tankier. Like, increase health and weaken. Again, which is why it's weird that he gets a range increase, which kind of defeats the purpose of him having resist. But I guess, like, you know, him weakening the enemy can, like, stop other units from pushing to your other units that isn't Bora. But also, I'm pretty sure the point of using Bora is to just kill the enemy rather than, like, actually tanking. But if, like, I wouldn't mind if he does move towards, like, more of a tanking role. But then he gets range increase, so it's like, it feels like a kind of an identity crisis. Yeah. It's a good true form, because, like, the stats increase is really good. But it's a bit weird. It's definitely a good unit. I just don't know if anyone would ever really use this as, like, their top priority ultra form. However, this design is so good. I really, really like this design. Like, I think I've seen people pointing out it's kind of like a mod, like a fire mod. It looks really good, but it could also be like a fire bird. You know, maybe like a burning eagle, or a phoenix, or, you know, like a like Like a fire... Yeah, like a fire... Yeah, like a fire hawk too, huh? Okay, I'm moving. I'm so sorry. I made that tweet a couple of days ago. People are out to get me. People want to fucking kill me for that tweet, bro. people they're going to kill me tomorrow. So anyways, added the Talisman 2 new cats. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot Amakusa has a true form. I honestly forgot Amakusa has a true form. It feels like it's been... It feels like it's not been that long ago. I completely forgot this guy has a true form. Kana's talent, I think most of them are really... Immune to slow... Who? What black enemy does slow again? Even why do you want this? Survive lethal is good, but since this is a new ability and a leveled ability, this is going to be super expensive if you want to upgrade it all the way. It's good though, but it's going to be very, very expensive. Movement speed is... Why? At the very least, movement speed is going to be cheap because movement speed is not a new ability. It's basically the same as like stat increase. You can just like invest like halfway to the speed increase, and it would be noticeable. Like if you just speed it up to like 5, it would be noticeable. But also at the same time, why? Why do you want speed increase on Kana? I saw a tweet from Jones saying that like, oh. They give speed increase to Kana because people use her for dojo and people want, you know, higher speed on dojo, which is like, honestly kind of valid. Like, I think we're not the target audience here. I think the target audience is dojo users. I'd imagine people who are really, really into getting like the 1% of dojo would actually like this. But if you're just going to want to go through the game normally, you're probably not gonna buy this ever. But I think for people who are really, really into dojo, I'd imagine this is probably a bigger deal for them. But yeah, sweaty people talents basically. Kind of sounds good, right? Right? You know, for some people, yes, maybe. But that aside, yeah, this is good but too expensive. This is good but only if you're a like dojo sweat player. Amakusa, 20% chance to dodge, which but also at the same time, since the dodge chance doesn't change from level 1, technically you can just level this up once and it would already be good. This is one of those like talents that you can just unlock and not upgrade and it will be good. In the case of Amakusa, I'd imagine it wouldn't be that bad because if you're going to use it against Akus, you could just get like pummeled by like Thinner Snake Surge and stuff like that, which I'd imagine Amakusa getting a dodge for that isn't too bad. Like if you are going to use Amakusa a lot, if he is your main anti-Aku Uber and you just have spare NP, you can just upgrade it once and it wouldn't be too bad of an investment. I think it would be decent. Immune to freeze. Yeah, I think immune to freeze is for the new enemy. But even then... I think at the first place you don't want Amakusa to get hit. But... honestly, to be fair, immune to freeze is just decent in general because at least it would make it good for like Henry stages. Because there are a couple of like, you know, Henry stages that could be problematic in general. Or just any stages with like high range freeze backliner. Which in that case, immune to freeze does actually have its usages even outside of like Aku and Blacks. But it depends if you really are going to use Amakusa that much. Which I kind of doubt, to be honest. I kind of doubt that you're going to use Amakusa that much, that you're going to use Amakusa as a freeze immune unit. So, The others are just basic stat increase and also recharge time reduction, which is just 10 seconds at max, which like Amakusa has 130 seconds cooldown. You put it down to like 137 seconds to 127 seconds. Wow. Awesome. This is totally worth the billion NP that you're going to spend. That was sarcasm. You're not going to use it. I would only maybe recommend the dodge chance. And even then, that's maybe only if that's like the main anti-Aku Ubers that you're going to use. That aside, probably not going to buy anything. Let me get a drink again. I think the slow immune is only for Dabu Dojo stage because it has Kurokroc, which is basically my main target. I don't think Amakusa is good against Kurokroc. You do mean Kurokroc, right? That is the Dabu Kurokroc stage. Because Amakusa is a multi-hit unit. Kurokroc is a rebound enemy. Chances are Amakusa's probably not going to be able to land much hits on Kurokroc. And Kurokrac's probably just going to bounce away and hit Amakusa. And Kurokroc hits really hard. And I guess you can dodge Kurokroc's attack with that, but Amakusa's health is also just alright. Like, this is not a bad health, but it's also not a tanker health. He's going to die from Dabu in 2 hits, probably less, or in 3 hits, and probably much more less if anything attacks it, especially Kurokroc. It's probably not good for Kurokroc. Waifu Ku and Croc is no more? What do you mean by that? At that point, just use Craze Bahamut. I wouldn't use Craze Bahamut. I would use maybe Awaken. Maybe not Crazed. Okay. So, what new Ultra Talent? I honestly forgot to look this up. I actually don't remember what you have. Reduces cost up to 1,000. Adds 50% chance to curse for 1.7. Up to 5 seconds and immune to slow. Ultra Talent? Really? I mean, I can see immune to slow for like Lionel, but like being locked to Ultra Talent? That is way too late. Ultra Talent? What other immunities do you have? No, you don't even have any other immunities. What other talent immunities do you have? Resist freeze and resist knockback, and your immunity is only slow. I don't know about this one. If you're really have like, if you're just drowning in NP and you want to like replay No Plan A, maybe. Or maybe, I mean, I guess they could definitely still use Lionel in like ZLs and stuff. There are Lionel stages in ZL. But I don't think slow is ever really Gamirion's problem though. Like, I get freeze and knockback because he is a ranged tanker. Freeze would disallow him to attack, and knockback would get him out of position of tanking. But slow? Even if Gamirion gets slowed, there's a very big chance that enemies are going towards him at the first place. That slow shouldn't really matter. There's going to be very little situation where slow would actually do anything to Gamirion. Freeze and knockback is honestly way more understandable. He needs to be, he wants to attack and he wants to be in front. Slow, I doubt this will do anything. His original cost is, what is his cost? 4,800. Oh, huh. That's actually really cheap if it's cut down by 1,000. 3,800. But that's actually really cheap. That's still a lot of NP to spend though. 225 NP, that's a lot to spend. But it does actually make him significantly cheaper. Like, That is actually a pretty noticeable change. But it's still 225 NP. It's probably not worth it. It's probably not worth it. I guess you can go halfway and it'll be like, what, like 100 NP maybe, which would cut him down to like 4,300 or so, which is also, I guess, relatively cheap, but still, eh. Oh, it's 750, right? So it's what, like 4,100 or something? Yeah, it's like 4,100. I mean, I guess that's still pretty cheap, but it's probably still it's probably not worth. Oh, you mean Kana slow immune talent? Oh, okay. I guess, yeah, I can kind of see that actually with Kana, because she is a range attacker and she does hit Crocodile pretty often with her LD, and she does need to activate her attack to activate the LD and Surge, which would actually hit Kuro Croc pretty often. I can see that actually working, yeah. Although she probably still wouldn't live that long, but at the very least that does actually make her more usable there, that is true. Curse is... Curse. Honestly, this wouldn't have been bad if this is not Ultra Talent. Curse is honestly not a bad ability to have on Gamirion, because you can make him like not only tank but also help your other units to survive longer and all that stuff, or to like not get pushed, or to, you know, not get frozen by Chick-fil-A, not get pushed back by Slipnir, not get slowed by Lionel. Like, these Curse is actually a pretty good ability on him. The only problem is that this is an Ultra Talent that costs 285 NP to max out, and at level 1 is only like 2 seconds, so you do kind of need to upgrade this. Not bad, but it's way too expensive. This is actually pretty good. Like, Curse is actually pretty good. If he has this as basic talent or even just innate ability, this would have been really, really good. But as Ultra Talent, this probably is a bit too expensive. And also isn't guaranteed proc. Yeah, that is true too. Would have been good if it's not Ultra Talent. Why is it 50%? That is very weird. Okay. Moving on to enemies. We only have one new black enemy that I can show. Everything else is like, you know, hidden from the cat guide and stuff. This is Fukuro Hakase, Professor Owl, which is a pretty funny pun, because Fukuro is owl and Kuro is black. So it's literally like black owl professor. It's pretty funny. I wonder what they'll actually put this in EN name. Why is it hidden for you? Nobody knows what the enemies are. We don't know what the enemies are. Nobody knows. Legally, nobody knows. So this is a black floating stage of Owlbrow that currently appears, I think, only in ZL. I don't think it appears anywhere else. Currently, it's only in ZL. This is... I would compare this guy kind of like Otom? I think this is like a weak Otom. Like, the health is actually really not that big. Wait, he does appear... What magnification does he appear on? I just need to make sure. It's 100%, yeah. So he appears at 100% magnification. His health is pretty weak. 200,000 for a ZL enemy is not that big. Like, you can shred through 200 HP really, really fast, especially if you're in ZL, right? However, this guy deals 42,000 damage. That is really big. This is a very, very... This is like... Even on ZL standard, this is really, really powerful. And he's not like a boss enemy. He's kind of like a spammable-ish kind of enemy. If you see him in ZL, most of the time, he does get spawned multiple times. Like this one, the first stage, he gets spawned 5 times. In all of the other ZL stages, he also gets spammed like multiple times. He doesn't get spammed crazy, but he does get spawned like multiple times, so he's not treated like a like an Oton type of enemy. It's more like a mid threat enemy kind of deal, you know. Dr. Chaos partner in crime? I don't know why. Wait, what? Why would you say that? Because it's like it's weak, I guess, but like I can see this enemy being used properly if I had to imagine, because he does have like really super powerful attack power, and he does have like the Omni Strike from 360 to 440. So either you have to rush it down or like use like high range units. Because it feels similar to Dr. KO, heavy assault and fishman and go in. Yeah. I imagine there could definitely be ways to pair this guy with much more tankier melee units. But otherwise, you can also just rush him down. He does have like dual typing of Black Floating and Colossus. So there are lots of ways to rush it down. You can't bomber it because of Sage, but you know, yeah, Fishman and CAT. There's also what was I thinking? I was thinking about something. I suddenly forgot. Whatever. I suddenly forgot. He does have a freeze that is almost permanent, sort of. 100% chance to freeze for 4 seconds with 4.7 attack frequency. But I think due to this, I think it's like if you freeze and then get knocked back, you might not get hit again by the second hit. If you're getting hit by like from the outer range, you probably wouldn't like immediately get hit again unless you're like really close to the owl and then get hit or something. Yeah, this enemy is very easy to rush down, but I imagine can be scary if on like a proper situation, because he does deal like this is a shit ton amount of damage for a enemy that can like be spammed. Also, he doesn't like he doesn't attack kind of like when Albrow where he like immediately attacks again. He does actually wait a little bit. 4.7 does have 4.7 seconds does have like a little bit of a delay. It is 140 Omni, who cares, it's an Albrow. It still hurts. And the Omni like goes pretty far. Also, it's not 140. This is like, well, what was it, like 80? No, 100. Sorry, no, yeah, it is 80. It's 80 Omni. It's not 140. Damage is really high. And the 440 is like Otom range, so anything under can get hit. It's just a problem that, you know, he does get like rushed down pretty easily. I'd imagine it is kind of like an Otom situation, except that this is much weaker in terms of health, but much stronger in terms of damage compared to like Otom. Miney, hi! I've just been doing the usual. This is just the usual looking up Battle Cats wiki for information stream. It might be like Wild Doge. Hopefully no 200%. 200% would be really scary, actually. Like, honestly, 200% would probably be not too bad to rush down, because like even 400,000 HP might not be too hard to rush down if you're on ZL. But like, but then he'll have like 84,000 damage, which would be insane. Usual Ponu's ban avoiding stream. You know, one of the things that I'm very happy about in Mirror Haze is that it doesn't have like the sidebar of like popular pages trending now. Check out what everybody's looking, because like every time I open fandom for like information, individual like specific pages, there's always spoilers on the side, and I'm like, God, I hope Ponos didn't notice that. Yeah, so that is the new ZL enemy. I hope he's being used more. I think currently not currently on the stages that he's currently being used, he's not that much of a threat. But I hope that he can be used more on like a scarier situation, because I can see that this enemy can be used properly. But I think the current ZL, from what I understand, not a lot of people have trouble with him. Imagine this guy and Behemoth Owl together. I don't think that would be too powerful because for both this owl and Behemoth Owl, the answer is the exact same, which is Rushdown. If anything, I think this unit is better paired with like tanky Rushdown enemies. Like maybe just stuff like a bunch of Angelic Gories or like Saint Dober and shit like that, you know? Or maybe something that you kind of have to tank like Berserkory or Deathkory and stuff like that. Those would be like the scary stuff, I'd imagine. But I think putting it with Hazuku wouldn't be that scary because the counter for both Hazuku and this guy is just Fishman. So Fishman counters both. Fishman and Octopus counters both, you know? I think you gotta be pairing this with like a tanker enemy. I think that's about it. So, oh yeah, speaking of enemies, completely, you know, you know, completely off track, you know, regarding battle cats and stuff like that. I want to show you guys a really cool monster in Monster Hunter. So there's this monster in Monster Hunter that I just want to show you guys called Brachydios, which I think is really cool. I really like this monster. This is completely off topic, have nothing to do with the new Battle Cats enemies or anything. He has this like, so I have fought this guy in Monster Hunter World. This is actually genuinely one of the coolest monsters that I fought in Monster Hunter World. Brachydios is this like raging, actual like just raging, super always angry monster. And his head and his hand have this like green slime that just creates a bunch of explosions. So anytime it punches stuff, there's just a bunch of slimes going around. And the slimes would like create a bunch of explosion. It's like an explosive slime. Kind of like a, you know, kind of like a Battle Cats explosion, like the recent Battle Cats explosion stuff that we had. But this is completely unrelated to Battle Cats, you know? Get back to Battle Cats. We'll get to it in a little bit, you know? I just want to show you guys a really cool, completely unrelated to Battle Cats enemy. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, speaking of punching and, you know, Monster Hunter, you know, obviously, as you guys know, Monster Hunter is something that is referenced a lot in Battle Cats. Because every behemoth enemies are always something to do with Monster Hunter, you know? And, you know, who knows? Maybe, well, no, I mean, no, this has nothing to do with Battle Cats, obviously. Okay, jokes aside, I am actually really interested in fighting this enemy. This so-called secret enemy that I can't show, obviously. But I'm actually pretty excited about this one. This one actually looks pretty fucking scary. I've seen a couple of people doing the stage. Not that much, though. I didn't see that much footage of people playing the stage, but I have seen, like, the stage schematic. It does kind of look pretty fucking scary. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then I think that's about it that I can kind of talk about. Thunderjack have a new combo, which is unit defense up with little macho legs. What does this translate to actually? Lightning heal drop. This is definitely a reference. This is most likely like some kind of anime reference that I do not understand. This is actually like a pretty good combo for Thunderjack. First of all, this is first form Thunderjack, so you're not always locked to any Thunderjack form. And Thunderjack does benefit a lot from having better health, because he is basically a pseudo tank, right? So it's pretty good. I think it translates to save the line, Thunderjack. Inazuma drop. Inazuma Hiru drop. Wait, isn't that what? This feels familiar. Inazuma. Inazuma. Is it that Inazuma 11? Inazuma drop. Axel and Jackie. Wait, hold on. Inazuma drop. Axel and Jack jumps high to perform Inazuma drop. Once the two reach together their limit, Axel will use Jack as a stepping stone to jump higher. Axel will kick the ball and sparks will appear. The Inazuma drop is a move mastered by Axel and Jack to win their first tournament. Oh, I see. I think this is what it is. I guess this is supposed to be like Little Macho Leg like kicking the ball, and Jack being the one that like kicks Little Macho Legs up to do like a soccer move. I guess that's what it is. That's probably what it is, isn't it? I remember watching Inazuma a long time ago. I've never watched this. I only know the name. I think this is it. Inazuma drop. Inazuma Hero drop. That's probably it, yeah. Literally Raiden punching Armstrong? I don't see why that is, but sure. Oh yeah, so there's two Meow medals. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's I don't know. No, actually, if you tap the Meow medals, you might actually know, but I can't check right now. I don't know if you I don't know if the game actually tells you on how to get the Meow medals, so because if they do, I can actually talk about this, but otherwise, legally, I don't know what the Meow medal does. New user egg rewards, rare ticket, platinum shard. But of course, Sprocket C, let's go. The economy is in shambles, that's crazy. There's a couple of like changes for this and that, but okay, so I probably should have talked about this first, huh? I totally forgot to talk about this first. So inquiry code is now hidden for after 12 years. You can see the 12th anniversary here in the background. For after 12 years, they actually hide your inquiry code until you tap it. It is actually hidden. You do not actually need to hide your inquiry code when posting screenshots or when streaming. People won't actually get their accounts fucking stolen because they just streamed Battle Cats for the first time and didn't know about inquiry codes. Only took them a whole 12 years, my goodness. Matchy no longer getting his account stolen, finally. Ugh. Why did this take so long? I mean, it's good that they finally implemented it, but like, I feel like this should be one of the first quality of life changes that they should have done. Because like they've been making quality of life changes a lot for like the past couple of years. I'm surprised this is like only this took this long. Like this should have been one of their first priority, but no. For some reason, it's just here now. So weird. Bijumai finally not getting his account stolen. That is also true. No one told Pondus to do it before? No way. Surely they know, because like they always get like people complaining they get their account stolen because they stream it, right? Like they have to know. They have to know. That's like impossible for them to not know. That is crazy. After a link account, that is also the weird thing. Because like, why would you do link account first before this? Like this should have been the Band-Aid solution. This should have been like the easy solution instead of link account. But instead they do link account first and then doing this. And link account isn't even that good. That is crazy. So yeah, that is also why Inquiry Clippy is right here, because there's a good chance that I might not actually need to use Inquiry Clippy anymore. Maybe I'll put Inquiry Clippy to retirement. Maybe he can finally enjoy life with his wife and kids. Who knows? Clippy funeral. Yeah, I should just like host like a graveyard for Clippy or something like that. Poor Clippy. So sad for you, man. Oh, I'm not sure if I can talk about this actually, because I don't think this is out yet. But honestly, I kinda doubt Ponos would care if I'm going to talk about this. So I'm not gonna show it just in case, because I don't wanna risk actually like them easily knowing that I talk about this. But yeah, updated art for regular rare capsule event banners to be less cluttered. Pretty much every single common rare capsule banners have been completely remade. Stuff like, you know, by that I mean stuff like Galaxy Gals, Dynamites, Ultra Souls, and all that stuff. All of those have been remade. All of those have just been way more clean. They usually don't really have any more like featuring Grandon and featuring this and that. And you know what? Do you know why? They added Grandon and Reinforcement units, like, so reinforcements including Neneko and Cat Chops and Sniper and stuff like that. Grandons being stuff like Cutter and Backhoe. Though all of those super rares are now in the gacha pool. Just like straight out, all of them are in the gacha pool for the common banners. But I'm not sure if, I don't think they are in stuff like seasonals. Like seasonals can still depend. And I don't think they're in Uberfest. I'm not 100% sure about this. But in any common banners, they're now basically just the same as normal every other super rare. I think it's already out. It's on Galaxy Girls banner. Is it? That's pretty cool if that's the case. But yeah, so essentially, reinforcement units are now in every basic event banners. I'm not completely sure about stuff like seasonals and fest, but I know that they are on basically any quote-unquote normal banners. So that's really cool. I, until now, still do not have Neneko. I think I'm missing another reinforcements. I forgot what I'm missing. I'm missing Neneko and something else. I forgot. I think I missed Gold Cat? I'm not sure. I forgot. I'm gonna have to check again. But I'm still missing Neneko, so this would actually help. This would actually help me actually getting Neneko. Hopefully this could actually help people a lot. I mean, especially given stuff like, you know, Sniper has been getting a crazy amount of usages recently, right? Like Sniper Punk has been like the meta for a lot of like crazy stages. So stuff like that would be more accessible, as much as I really don't like Sniper Punk, but hey, it's there for people who wants it, right? So that's good. Neneko is also good because of attack combo. That's just, you know, more accessible attack combos are always good. Cat Chops obviously is a game changer when it comes to like farming XP. Rich Cat is really good to just farm stuff in general. Stuff like that, it is very much appreciated. It's really good. Neneko true form when? That is a good question. Neneko hasn't gotten in true form in so long. All of her other seasonals already have it, but the main base Neneko hasn't for some reason. Are you gonna do birthday and BC Subathon for your birthday? No! I'm going to spend my birthday with my family. I'm not going to stream. I'm not going to stream on my birthday. I'm going away with my family. I mean, I'm probably just gonna have dinner, but you know. And also, you know, it's going to be Christmas soon. I'm going to spend it with my family. I'm most likely not going to stream or upload any videos until like the end of the year. So, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year if I don't happen to do any of that. No Battle Cats on your birthday, no. I'm already streaming today. I don't want to stream again tomorrow. Alright, speaking of, I was planning to make a video soon, but when was my last video upload? My last video upload was like 2 weeks ago or something, wasn't it? Well, I mean, not counting the Anton Blast one. I did just upload an Anton Blast video like a couple of days ago, so there is that. 3 weeks ago, okay. So, I'm not gonna lie, I have made completely zero progress for the next Talk Topic video. Well, I guess I have made a little bit of progress, but like basically zero progress. I've been basically making no progress for the next video, so I've just been really chilling a little bit for the most part, really. I probably should have actually gone for something else, but I will say it's not because I'm like completely doing nothing. It's because I have a side project that I'm working on that is probably going to take me a very long time to finish. And this is a promise that I've made a long time ago. So I don't know when I'm going to finish this. This could take a lot of months. This could take maybe just a couple of months. We'll see. You'll know it when it comes out. You'll know it when it comes out, but this is something that I think a lot of people are anticipating for a long time. This is what I would say. Christmas cats video? No, I don't think so. I don't have any plans for Christmas. I'm sorry. I don't have any Catmas preparation and stuff like that. And even if I were going to make like a Catmas video, there's only like 4 days left until Christmas. I don't think I can make anything on time. I don't think I can make anything for Christmas, unfortunately. 12-day of Catmas tree? No. I can't make 12-day of Catmas tree in like 4 days. That's not gonna happen. You did do karaoke stream during New Year's in the past. The problem is, right now, there are other... Okay. My grandma is living really near my room, and I really don't like streaming like too close or too loud because I feel like I'm going to disturb her. Granted, she probably wouldn't really be able to hear, but like I don't want to make too loud of a noise recently. Understandable to rush for any Christmas related. Yeah, I'll think about it. Like if I can suddenly think of a genius idea of a fun Christmas video that can only take me like a day or two to make, I'll definitely do it. But for now, I'm thinking I'm probably not gonna do anything for Christmas. But we'll see. We'll see. I might think about something because I do kind of want to like just fill the gap of like non-Battle Cats content, because I know if I just upload an Anton Blast video that like most people aren't interested with, and then just not have any Battle Cats related uploads in a while, people are probably going to be less interested. So I do kind of like have to fill in those like Battle Cats quota. I do gotta like jingle the keys of my subscribers, right? Like they'll only like notice if it's a Battle Cats upload for the most part. So we'll see. I did put a decent amount of effort for my Anton Blast video. This isn't just like a basic cut. There are a couple of like minor edits. Stuff that I've done for like my talk video edits. Mainly just like the reaction images. That's about it. So the Battle Cat Sin's crawling on his back. That's true. I love keys getting dangled in front of my face. Yeah. It's not like I'm going to like condemn Battle Cats viewers to be like, yeah, my foolish subscribers only watch me for Battle Cats. Like, yeah, I know that's like the truth. Like, obviously people only watch me mainly for Battle Cats. I do hope that like eventually my non-Battle Cats videos also gets like more views, but I gotta integrate it like slowly, right? Like I can't, if I just keep on like uploading non-Battle Cats videos, people are definitely gonna be not interested. I do have to jingle the keys once in a while. I actually enjoyed the Battle Cats, the Anton Blast. When did I read Battle Cats? I actually enjoyed the Anton Blast videos. Hell yeah! I hope it has been enjoyable. Also, some of you might see that like, if some of you watch the Anton Blast video, or maybe have just seen the Anton Blast video being recommended, you might be like, hey, wait a minute, that's not the thumbnail that I see. You might see another thumbnail. I've been actually testing on this Anton Blast video to have 3 different thumbnails to see which one gets like the most engagement, because YouTube actually now does have like this feature so that you can upload multiple thumbnails and see which one gains the most traction and which one gains the most views or watch time, I think. And I think this one out of the 3 is the one that gets the least amount of views. The other thumbnails I think gets the most views. I think, but it's not that far behind. But yeah, I do hope that I can make some more non-Battle Cats videos in the future, but I also definitely know that I'm still going to need to fill in my Battle Cats quota. I watched your Atlas video and liked it. Hell yeah! I did also upload my Hell Manners crack run on my second channel. If you go to my second channel, I uploaded this. I uploaded my crack hell run. What the? No, skip. Yeah, I uploaded my full Hell Manners crack run in my second channel, so there's that. I might just use my second channel is basically nearly dead nowadays because this is supposed to be like a clips channel, but I've been so lazy on making clips for like the past couple of months. So I think this is probably just going to be a channel where I just upload any random gameplay videos that I want. That's probably what this is gonna be for, Bob. You remember the second password channel? I know for a while. I mean, I never lost it, but like, it's just like, I never know what to do with this. Because I'm just so lazy on making a clip nowadays. Except your non-Bellcats videos don't get much views. I completely understand that. Again, that's just how it is. I am first and foremost a Battlecats YouTuber in the eyes of most people, which I'm not going to like condemn. That is what I am, and I still love Battlecats. I still love playing Battlecats. My channel did grew up because of Battlecats. I still like making Battlecats content. But I do think that like if I'm going to only cement myself as a Battlecats content creator, eventually Battlecats is probably going to die. It's probably not soon. The Battlecats definitely still have a pretty long lifespan ahead of it, but Battlecats is probably going to die soon. And if that were ever to happen, I'd like a backup, you know? If Battlecats dies and I'm only ever making Battlecats content, my channel would also probably die, right? So I want to have a backup plan at the very least. I mean, not only that, I also would just like to share any other stuff that I like that is not just Battlecats. So I do want to like integrate it slowly. Battlecats dying, it never dies. Again, it probably still have a pretty long lifespan, all things considered. This game still is like just keep on growing and growing and growing, but it's going to die one day. I thought BC would die 4 years ago, and it's really funny that Battlecats just never dies. And the funny thing is like the other games that Battlecats collabs with are starting to die. Mercstoria is obviously the recent one, being a game that has been constantly collabing with Battlecats and now just dead. Metal Slug Defense, dead. Annihilation City, dead. Mola Mola, basically dead. So yeah, Battlecats just like siphoned all of their life. I'm so lazy, I just paid people to do so, but my income is not really allowing me to do that a lot. Yeah, like, the thing, I did like consider hiring editors, or even just like, I did try to look up on like, what's the rate of like editors, like video editors. How much do I need to pay for like video editors? And then I look at their rates, and then I look at my income of each video, and I'm like, if I were to pay for this editor, I'm literally losing money. Like, I do not get this much amount of money in like this amount of editing. People like these editors, I'm not gonna say that it's like these editors want too much. I think it's partially because of like most people just live in like non-Asian countries, or at least non-third world countries, being like living in America or Europe and stuff like that, and their cost of living is like way higher. Their cost of living is like 3 times higher than being in like Indonesia, for example, right? So they would normally ask for more payment, and so when what they expect in terms of payment and in wage in general is like absurdly high compared to what I can afford. Like, being in a third world country, paying for like someone who lives in like America or Europe and stuff like that, it is not sustainable. It is basically like, it is robbery. The Battlecats Reaper always comes to collect. That's true. Let me get a drink in. We're probably past peak BC era, but it's not downhill yet. I don't even know when exactly. I can't pinpoint where exactly is like the peak battle cats. You know, it's like it's still going strong. Just move here, to be honest. I'm not gonna have enough money to support myself unless you want to support. you want to support my living conditions, sure. No, actually, even then, no, I don't want to go there. I like Indonesian food too much to go away. Like I don't even go out of my house that much, so I don't really care about which country I'm in. The less that I need to pay for my living cost, the better. And Indonesia doesn't really have that big of a living cost, so that's good. Although, you know, the wage is also proportional. It's Platoon, it's not falling, but it's not losing much popularity. I don't think it's ever losing popularity, though. Like, if anything, I feel like Battle Cats has just still been growing. Like, if you see people that just mentions Battle Cats anywhere on Twitter that is not part of the usual Battle Cats players and stuff like that, like there's a swarm of people going like, yo, Battle Cats mention, that's crazy. Like people are still viewing Battle Cats as like a really cool thing to see in the wild. So I don't think it's really losing popularity. I think people still see Battle Cats as like almost underrated for a lot of people. Like this hidden gem. Like people still see Battle Cats as like a hidden gem. I feel like Battle Cats becomes more popular as time goes on. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but like usually there comes to a point where people are going to be like, it's overrated, people talk about it too much, I don't really care about it too much. But like Battle Cats is still, I think a lot of people still consider Battle Cats as like a hidden gem. So I don't think it's really losing popularity anytime soon. I'm pushing my food budget to less than 150 USD per month. 150 USD, so 150 100 juta 100 no 100 120 juta 120 60 180 1.8 million rupiah. 1.8 million rupiah divided by what, 7, like 2 point something. I guess that's definitely, I think that should be enough in Indonesia. I think in Indonesia a proper meal would be like 25 to 30k. If you're feeling fancy, maybe 35. So if you're running it to maybe like 30k meal, if you're counting like dinner, so it's 60k. With breakfast, maybe it's a little bit less, so maybe like 80k per day times 7, which would be, wait, 80k? 80k is yeah, sure, let's just say 90k. 90k times 7, so it's 630k. 630k like the year 2 USD. Okay. I guess this is the weekly spending for like having a 3 times good breakfast, good lunch, and good dinner in Indonesia. This is provided if you spend like 30k for food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're probably going to feel fancy maybe on the weekends or something like that, and you maybe splurge a little bit. But 30k can get you at least like rice, chicken, and rice. Well, not necessarily chicken, right? Just rice, meat, and veggies. That's for sure. This sounds so rich. What do you mean rich? Well, this is, I would say, you know, for a absolute full meal with like, this is absolute full meal. If you want to cheapen out a little bit, I would say just, you can definitely spend less. Like this is if you take out every day. This isn't if you go like buy rice only and then buy meat only and then saving up and stuff like that. If you do that, it can definitely be way cheaper. If anything, this is like on the higher end. This is definitely on the higher end. This is definitely like if you want to eat plenty every day, but if you want to like cheapen out, that, well, actually, I it's a bit hard to say because I don't usually go out and like buy rice and meat, so I can't really say. This is basically if you do like takeout every day. Or yeah, this is basically if you do takeout every day. If you're going to cook by yourself, it's definitely much cheaper. You can probably cut this to like half or somewhere around there, maybe half for like weekly. This is when you do takeout every day. It's also just like cost for like a homemade meal with actual ingredients. No, this is basically like if you just eat, maybe not at a restaurant. If you're at a restaurant, this probably would be double. But if you're just eating at like, you know, like a relatively cheaper place or whatever, or just like a, I don't know what the word is in English, but like one of those like warung on the side of the road and stuff like that, it's probably even cheaper. This is a bit on the higher end, if anything. We're talking about Bitcoin. What do you mean Bitcoin? This is dollar. This is US dollar. Street vendor? I guess so. Yeah, it's kind of like street vendor. You can literally spend $10 a week. You can definitely do that if you want to cheapen out. Again, this is if you just do not care about cheapening out. But if you want to cheapen out, $10 definitely you can definitely go buy $10 a week. But you're probably going to not be too happy with that. I mean, if you really want to like really cheapen out, Indomie is like 3,000 rupiah or something. Well, how much is okay? Harga Indomie satu dus. Harga satu dus Indomie isi 40 piece Indomie goreng special 133.000. Okay. 134,000 divided by 40. So 3,000 rupiah per meal. If you're going to eat Indomie every day, let's just say you're going to eat Indomie 3 times a day, every day, which I guess would be like times 3, which is 10,000 rupiah. So for a month would be this 300. Let's just 300,000 rupiah to stay. Yeah, this is $20 for a month. This is if you're really cheap, but you're probably going to have some sort of problematic with your stomach or something like that if you're going to eat Indomie every day for a month. Indomie is overrated? I'm going to ban you. Get out of here. Indomie delicious. So true. Indomie is actually like a godlike food. It's crazy. It's a coated spaghetti? I don't know what spaghetti, but it is so good. 20 a month is insane. Again, very unhealthy. Definitely would not recommend. Technically possible. It's technically possible. It's instant noodle. If you eat instant noodle 3 times a day for a whole month, you spend $20. Sounds like the equivalent of buying a huge pallets of Maruchan noodle in the USA for like $10 a month. And buying huge pallets? I think I know what you mean. Maruchan noodles. Maruchan noodles. Maruchan noodles? Yeah, okay, it's basically instant noodles, right? Yeah. I mean, in Indonesia is instant noodles every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a month. This is what happened to his stomach. To be honest, I think it's relatively not too uncommon for like college kids. Like college kids often just survives off of Indomie. It's really not that uncommon. I mean, maybe not literally every day 3 times a day, but like they do often need to cheapen out in spending, and like Indomie is just like the godlike savior food because it's not only cheap. Indomie is just straight out really good. Like Indomie is actually just like a really good food. But yeah, so that's economic. You guys came in here for 14.1. I fooled you. I'm here to talk about how to spend your money. Indomie's so good, like what the fuck? I know, right? Like it's crazy that it's that cheap too. Like 3,000 rupiah for an Indomie is crazy. How it started Battle Cats, how is it going economic class? Sometimes this does happen, but I feel like this is more than usual. Usually I would only get into this for like a little bit, but I got into this a little bit farther than usual. Promotional stream for Indomie. To be fair, if you talk to literally any Indonesian about like Indomie, like they would absolutely be down. Like everybody basically owes their life to Indomie. It's crazy. Lisa is here. How about we go into accounting while we're at it? Nah, she's the expert on accounting. I'm not an accountant. I'm just a nerd who likes numbers. I don't actually work with numbers. I mean, I guess I do because I am a programmer, but like that's not my main thing. My main thing is doing logic gates and stuff like that, but not actually the calculation. 40-point discussion, but there's nothing to talk about with without doing parkour to avoid Polio's banhammer. Yeah. By the way, new enemy, am I right, guys? Oh right. Speaking of, I totally forgot to show one more thing that I had on my Photoshop. Again, completely unrelated to Battle Cats. Have you guys seen? Well, not have you guys seen, but like I just want to show this cute little image of a boar covered in snow. Again, completely unrelated to Battle Cats, obviously. I just want to show this somewhat dark colored boar covered in snow, which of course is still the same boar underneath, but this is a boar covered in snow. Have nothing to do with Battle Cats. That's it. There's nothing to do with Battle Cats. That's all I want to show. It's just a boar covered in snow. That's it. Remember 12% PPN, the price will be around... I don't know if that counts PPN or not. Because, like, to be honest, 3,000 rupiah for Indomie sounds about right from what I buy in supermarket. Because, like, I remember when I see Indomie in supermarket, it is usually around 3,000. I guess I guess if you want to, like, maybe make it, like, 4,000, it would still be, like, $25. It's not that different, you know? So cute, perfect topic for the current season. So true. Has nothing to do with Battle Cats, of course. But yeah, it's still basically around that. It's not that much different. Again, probably you're not going to eat literally every single day of Indomie, but this is how you can like just straight out be surviving with nothing amount of money in Indonesia. Man, I need some cheap food, but I want something good. That one gif of Indomie Grace coming down, but it's Indomie. Yeah, that like Indomie is legit just a savior for a bunch of like Indonesia college kids. But yeah, I guess that's about it. I don't really know what else to talk about aside from just more accounting shit. Is there anything else that I want to talk about? I don't think so. Is there anything else? Oh! No, there is something that I also want to talk about. Dude! Guys! Fellas! Like... My god! New Team Fortress comic! It's actually out! Team Fortress new comic is actually out. The final comic is actually here. It's been a whole like 8 years. It's been nearly 8 years. January 10, 2017. It's now December 2024. It's almost 8 years. The new comic is actually out. I've already posted a huge thread on Twitter talking about this. Go read the comic if you haven't. It's so good. It's peak cinema, I'm afraid. TF2 comic a week after skimming the toilet for Fortnite. They're trying to steal the spotlight. That's true. Sad to see Clippy go. Alright, how about this? Wait, what if I do this? can't copy the image. Why can't I copy the image? Copy image. No, actually, let me open this. So it's a bit more higher quality. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this, but one? Clippy. Okay. This is going to be the Clippy debt. Why is Clippy dead? Because we don't need inquiry code hider anymore. Okay, what if I do this just in case if I made a mistake? So let's just manually do this for a little bit. Just for the effect. And here. There we go. No, that's a bit bad, but that's fine. I can... No, wait, what? Oh, wait, I picked the wrong tool. Never mind. It's okay, I wanted to redo it anyways, so that's good. Okay, and I guess we don't really need the hand. We don't need Medic's hand. That should be enough. Select and mask. Sure, something like that. Oh! Let's splotch PNG. This is a bit nasty, but that's a fake PNG. Well, whatever, that's fine. Fake PNG. There's still white shit on it. Ugh. Okay, whatever, man. Let me just do this. Oh, this is unfortunate. This is such a sad day for Clippy. Whoops, I accidentally duped Clippy instead of the blood. Wait, what? What happened? Okay, there we go. Copy this. Let me just make this a little bit mirrored. Something like that. Oh, I'm sorry, Clippy. Unfortunate for what has happened today, folks. Clippy has been found dead. That is very sad. Show your respects for Clippy, because this might be the last time you see him. There's no EXE blood. Yeah, that sounds about right. The hyper-realistic blood. I just joined. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to get spoiled. But Clippy dies in endgame. Love the cheery music. What is the music currently going? Oh, Adventure Star's here? Oh, right. Let me loop the music to something worse. Let's see. No. 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 Yo, you know what? Yeah, sure. Fucking Bat Piggy's team, whatever, man. Inquire Clippy dies with his favorite music playing. The Bat Piggy's team. The end of an era, so true. Just imagine, like, all of these are like Bat Piggies at the back, like, mourning Inquire Clippy. Clippy EXE has stopped working. So sad. Alright, that's about it. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for coming to Clippy's funeral. Even if his grave is a little bit messy. But that is about it. What's this carpet stuff all about? Wait, you don't know? I can't tell if you're trying to get me to talk about it or if you genuinely don't know what the house and carpet thing is about. I would actually tell you, but I need to actually make sure do you actually don't know, or do you just want to talk about it? Oh, I really don't know? Okay, so I've been talking a lot about house and carpet. Wait, no, Johanny, have you watched my Anton Blast video? Because I did basically explain, well, not explain, but I did basically point out on why that is. If you watch my Anton Blast video. If you watch my Anton Blast video, you would know why anytime someone plays on the glass house, we'll always say it's like, I'm in the house like carpet. It's Persona reference, dude. It's so good. But yeah, anyways, it's a good time to end this with the Bad Piggies music playing. That's probably why I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, it's not like a my video joke. It's just straight out something in Anton Blast, but I pointed it out in my video. But yeah, that's about it. We did talk about 14.1. This is currently just Clippy's funeral. Awful? What do you mean awful? It's great. Cinema. It's amazing. Alright. Nadu is streaming on Twitch, so on Twitch we are definitely gonna rate him. He's rolling for Galaxy Girls or Epic Fest, maybe? No, actually, I'm not really sure. I think he's just on the banner, but maybe he will roll. Who knows? So if you're into gambling or something, go give Fax and Nadu a hi. Nadu is a really fun Battlecat streamer. I still think he is probably one of the funniest Battlecat streamer currently. He's really underrated. Go watch Nadu. You know what? Even if you're on YouTube, go to twitch.tv/FaxandNadu709D. Go here. This man is currently streaming Battlecats right now. Go watch this guy. He's a really fun Battlecat streamer. Highly recommend to go visit him. We are unable to rate Fax and Nadu at the time. Why? What do you mean? Start rate. We are unable to rate Fax and Nadu. Why? What do you mean we're unable to rate Fax and Nadu? Is he like... Does he like disable raid or something? I have no idea why I can't rate him. It's because he killed Clippy. Oh god, maybe it is. Bye Miami. It's a British man, yeah. Okay, I can't rate him for something. No, let me try refreshing. Maybe refreshing will fix it. Let me try refreshing and rating. If it still doesn't work, I'll just link you the channel and then I'll end stream. Nadu. Where is he? Here we go, start rate. No, I can't. I don't know why. Twitch just says that we're unable to raid. Okay, well, whatever. I posted the link on the Twitch chat and on YouTube chat. Highly recommend you go there if you want more Battlecats content. He's really great. He's really funny. And yeah, that's about it. I'm ending stream now. Goodbye. Good night. See you later. Clippy is canonically dead. If you ever see Clippy again, that's not the real Clippy. It's a mimic. It's a ghost. Don't be fooled. Goodbye.